What's more dangerous to Texas wilderness than a Chinese billionaire with $110 million and 140,000 acres of pristine land? An American corporation with eminent domain. They don't need your permission. They don't need a land deal. They just take it. Thousands of acres, condemned, cleared, and turned into an industrial corridor in the blink of an eye. And once that corridor opens, everything else follows. Roads, substations, data centers, the last wild places in Texas, wired for things like cryptocurrency mining. The sad part is that those doing this now are not from Beijing. They're from Columbus, Ohio. And they've been doing this for 50 years. American Electric Power, AEP. They own the largest transmission system in America, over 40,000 miles of power lines. They've been building 765,000 volt lines since the 1970s, and they have a history. In 2007, AEP agreed to the largest environmental enforcement settlement in American history. $4.6 billion, 16 coal plants, 2 decades of illegal emissions. The EPA called it a pattern of violations. That same year, AEP tried to push a 290-mile transmission line through West Virginia and Virginia. They called it the Path Project. Citizens called it something else. For 4 years, landowners, conservationists, and community groups fought back. AEP created fake grassroots organizations. They conducted psychological surveys on their opponents. They did everything a utility bully does. And they lost. The Path Project was canceled in 2011. Citizens proved that AEP can be stopped. And now, they're coming to Texas. The Howard-Solstice transmission line, 370 miles from San Antonio to a new substation west of Fort Stockton. 765,000 volts, the first line of its kind in the Texas grid. Tower 16 stories tall. A 200-foot wide corridor of cleared land, cutting through 14 Texas counties. They told Texas that this was for electrifying the Permian Basin. But in their own filing to the Public Utility Commission, document 55,718, AEP admits what this line is really for. ERCOT is experiencing tremendous load growth from oil and gas, hydrogen, LNG, data centers, and cryptocurrency mining operations. Their CEO testified they've already signed commitments for 13 gigawatts of new load in Texas alone, 5 gigawatts of crypto mining, and 2 gigawatts of data centers. That's nearly triple their current capacity, and they need somewhere to plug it in. This isn't about keeping the lights on for Texans. But it doesn't have to be this way. There's an alternative. Interstate 10 already has transmission infrastructure. A group called Clearview Alliance proved it can be done. They successfully pushed an earlier line from valuable hill country land onto a section of the I-10. But AEP refuses to even analyze the option. The current route goes through some of the most livable and most vulnerable land in Texas. And once the transmission line goes in, everything else follows. This isn't just a power line. It's an accelerator for industrial development across the last wild corridor in Texas. The Devil's River, 93 miles of spring-fed wilderness. They call it the last pristine river in Texas. It's fed entirely by groundwater, the Edwards Trinity Aquifer, flowing through limestone that's been forming for 65 million years. This is karst geology. Caves, sinkholes, underground rivers, and karst systems are incredibly vulnerable. There's no natural filtration. Contaminants don't get cleaned out. They get stored for decades. Now picture a 200-foot wide corridor cleared through flash flood country. Tower foundations drilled into fractured limestone. Every storm sends silty runoff straight into the aquifer, into the same water that feeds the Devil's River, the Pecos, and every spring in between. AEP is a utility bully whose corporate culture puts profit above all else. They couldn't care less about the #1 conservation county in Texas. This land must be protected for the next generation of Texans who deserve the right to love this country as much as the stewards who protect it today. Generations. That's what's at stake, not quarterly profits, not shareholder returns, the water that sustains everything downstream. Val Verde County now has more land under conservation easement than any other county in Texas. 254 counties, and Val Verde leads them all. The federally threatened Devil's River minnow lives here, the Texas hornshell mussel, the Rio Grande darter, and even black bears, a state-threatened species that has been making their comeback. The ranching families who protected this land for generations, the springs their grandparents drank from, all of it connected, all of it at risk because a utility company from Ohio decided Texas wilderness was the path of least resistance. But here's what AEP doesn't tell you. They've lost before. The PATH project, canceled. Clearview Alliance, they got the I-10 routing. Meeks Mountain in West Virginia, route modified after public outcry. Organized citizens beat AEP. It's happened. It can happen in Texas. The window is open right now. AEP files their application by February 2026. After that, there's a 30-day window to intervene with the Public Utility Commission. The docket number is 58545. The phone number is 512-936-7374. The protest form is linked below. The Hill Country Preservation Coalition is organizing. The Devil's River Conservancy is watching. And there are landowners from 14 counties asking questions. But the question now is, are enough Texans willing to answer? AEP is betting that Texans won't notice until it's too late. That we'll trade our last wild places for crypto mines and data centers. That we'll let an Ohio corporation decide what Texas wilderness is worth. They're betting we'll blow it. Don't blow it, Texas. Next time, the oldest books in North America, the darkest skies, the purest water, and why the landowners who protected them for generations are Texas's last line of defense.